Remember how I talked about big tech censorship and censorship in general pertaining to speech? Well, what's funny is we talked about it happening on the left and happening on the right. Well, the stuff that happens on the right actually seems to be a bipartisan issue, as long as they're talking about anti-Semitic speech. And what definition do they use for the definition of anti-Semitism? They use the IHRA's definition. That's the Holocaust Remembrance Alliance definition. And this became a big issue a couple of years ago. Thomas Massey was pointing it out because it's saying things like, if you compare what Israel is doing in Gaza to what Hitler did in Nazi Germany, yep, that's anti-Semitism. And you can be charged, I guess, for making that comparison. If you say things out of the Bible, like who killed Jesus, if you say any of those things, apparently that's illegal. Well, San Diego's doing that now. So American citizens are furious at the San Diego City Council, which has passed a resolution defining anti-Semitism based on the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance definition to identify hate speech crimes. The definition would classify criticism of Benjamin Netanyahu, Israel, and Zionism as anti-Semitic. This is exactly how free speech ends. So one of the ironic things is they talk about the growing anti-Semitism out there and how it is such a bad thing, which I agree. There is anti-Semitism growing. You shouldn't just hate Jews. You shouldn't. Like I said earlier, one of my closest buddies is Jewish, and we disagree on a ton of stuff. I would jump in front of a bus for that guy. I love that guy. And he's helped me out so much. He's a buddy of mine. And the thing is, when you conflate Zionism with all Jews are Zionists, what Israel is doing is, if you're criticizing what Israel and the Zionists are doing in Gaza, you're criticizing all Jews when you're not. So conflating those two, you're essentially saying that all Jewish people support what's going on in Israel, which is the farthest from the truth. I mean, you've got my favorite reporters on the subject: Glenn Greenwald, Norman Finkelstein, Max Blumenthal, tons of these. All three of those guys are Jewish, and they are some of the most outspoken critics of Israel. And so, what could they be arrested for anti-Semitism, even though they're Jewish? Let's listen to see what the San Diego City Council has just done.
Anti-Semitism has been rising in San Diego and across the country. That's according to Jewish organizations.
Has it, though? Or is it just criticism of Israel and Benjamin Netanyahu and what they're doing in Gaza and Lebanon and dragging us into war with Iran? Is that what you're saying anti-Semitism is?
And hundreds of speakers at Tuesday's San Diego City Council meeting. Liat Cohen-Reese directs a local anti-Semitism task force. She says defining it is the city's first step to better fight it.
Well, we need language. In order to understand what something is, we need a definition. We need the language.
Nearly everyone who spoke agreed anti-Semitism needs to be combated. They disagreed on how to define it. The city adopted the definition of the...
Okay, so this is the IHRA, and you guys could go online right now and look up what the IHRA's definition of anti-Semitism is, and it will distribute.
International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance, or IHRA. It's been adopted by dozens of countries and cities across the U.S., including Los Angeles, Chula Vista, and El Cajon. It says anti-Semitism is, quote, a certain perception of Jews, which may be expressed as hatred. It includes 11 examples.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let's go back to that. She cut that definition off. So, rhetorical and physical manifestations of anti-Semitism are directed towards Jewish or non-Jewish individuals. Jewish or non-Jewish individuals. Oh, you mean like Christian Zionists? And or their property towards Jewish community institutions or religious facilities. Okay, let's see the 11 examples.
It includes 11 examples. 7 of them involve the state of Israel. Critics say the language has been used to silence criticism of Israel and support for Palestinians. One of those
Yes.
critics is Jewish council member Sean Elo Rivera. He says people must be allowed to both love Jewish people and speak freely against actions by the Israeli government.
A definition that cannot hold both of these things at once is not a tool for fighting anti-Semitism. It is a tool for silencing people who care about everyone.
He urged the council to consider other definitions, but he was outvoted 8-1. For more on
Incredible.
this debate and to read the full definition, visit kpbs.org. Katie Hyson, KPBS News.
So, I mean, I want to know how is this prosecuted if you go against the IHRA's definition of anti-Semitism and say something that they deem as anti-Semitic? What happens? Do the anti-Semitism police show up to your house and arrest you and said, you touched the third rail? Off to the gulag for you? We're going to send you to the IDF? Like, what is the punishment for the crime? Do you have to go freaking... I was about to say something anti-Semitic, so I'm not going to say it. Okay, let's keep going here. So Tom Steyer, who one of the top candidates for the Democrats right now running for governor in California, he made a bold, he decided to take a bold stance, and he's coming out. I mean, this could help him because, okay, so Israel and AIPAC are not popular amongst the left right now in California, and not popular amongst many on the right as well throughout the country. Now, Gavin Newsom, Scott Wiener, and other Democrats have been very careful to kind of tiptoe around that subject. Tom Steyer is coming right out and saying the naughty words that you're not supposed to say, which is kind of interesting to me. So let's listen to Tom Steyer talk here. I can't stand Tom Steyer, by the way. He's a lefty through and through. He's got horrible ideas. He's a rich billionaire that supports billionaire tax. But let's listen to what Tom Steyer has to say about AIPAC.
Netanyahu's right-wing government and its supporters in the U.S. thinks this is positive. And they continue to support Donald Trump and his failures. Ask yourselves, how is that helping Californians? I stand firm on my position in AIPAC. They're cheering on Trump and Netanyahu. They're attacking progressive Democrats every chance they get. We do not have the same interests. They remain a dark money organization that has pushed us very hard in the wrong direction, and we should stop listening to them. They should not be part of this conversation. Every Democrat should say no to their money, including Eric Swalwell. Why are people not talking more forcefully about this war? Why is he not talking more forcefully about the war? Let me say this. The establishment, including the leaders of the Democratic Party, are talking about how it's been done. The fact that Donald Trump didn't ask Congress about it, the way that he's doing it. That's not the question. The question is, why is he doing it at all? This is a real question where we need leadership. We need the establishment to stand up, and they're not standing up. We're not seeing the CEOs come out about this. Nobody's coming out about this. We're not seeing people absolutely saying no to this. And that's exactly what's needed. And that's exactly what I'm saying right now.
MCD Jinxfund over on YouTube. I can't pronounce your name. You say Tom Steyer sounds like an anti-Semite right now. Are you saying that sarcastically? Because did you miss the last 10 minutes of what I was saying? I hope that was being sarcastic. And I hate it when someone I hate makes good points because, I mean, it's hard to, I don't really disagree with a lot of the stuff that Tom Steyer said right there.